They definitely don't want it out there. I would say that. It's crazy to me. You know, I'm not asking for no money or nothing. I'm not asking for no handouts or nothing like that. I work every day. I take care of my family. Only thing I'm asking.
They think they can say anything because I'm a nice person and I'm accessible. So they get to they F around and find out the real deal once they do.
He was shot at somewhere in September. He was in the parking lot with other people near where he's at living now. And out of all the cars there, his was the only one shot up. So we believe that was a nexus or a connection, I believe, between the case and what's going on because it was around the time.
Now you out here talking about Matthew and how he cheated on you for 31 years and you stayed off 31 years, and that's why Beyonce's in all 31 years with her husband. He can cheat with children. She don't give a.
Tina Knowles is coming in hot, and it's getting real messy. She's being accused of threatening Jay-Z's alleged son, Rymir, and word is, she told him straight up he's gonna regret ever speaking on her family. According to Rymir, ever since he started exposing what he claims is the truth about Jay-Z, things have taken a scary turn. He says he's been getting threatening phone calls out of nowhere. Strangers pulled up to his house at 4 in the morning, and someone even tried to plant a gun in his car. And now, Beyonce's own mother, Tina Knowles, allegedly jumped into the chaos herself. Reports say her team reached out to Rymir, warning him to stop talking about Jay-Z. But fans aren't staying quiet. They're coming for Tina hard. People online are saying she's out here defending her cheating son-in-law more than she's ever stood up for her daughter's peace. And let's be real. Why is Tina always the one writing so hard for Jay-Z? It's giving suspicious. Instead of holding Jay accountable for dragging Beyonce through public scandals, she's threatening the guy claiming to be his son. So now the question is, who's telling the truth, Tina, Jay-Z, or Rymir? Here's where it gets even wilder. A leaked phone call just hit the internet. Tina Knowles was allegedly caught talking to a member of her team, and even though the audio got wiped fast, media outlets got the scoop. They're saying Tina called Rymir a problem that needs to go away and told her people she'll make sure he regrets ever coming for this family. But wait, that's not all. Tina reportedly talked about sealing court records and even hinted that she's got people who owe her favors in Jersey. That sounds like a not-so-subtle threat about Rymir's legal battles, the same ones he's been trying to fight for years. And then Tina apparently said, he doesn't know who he's messing with. We shut this down once, we'll do it again. According to court docs pulled by Us Weekly, Jay-Z's legal team is now claiming that Rymir's newest lawsuit is just another round in what they call a decades-long campaign of harassment against Sean Carter. They're saying Rymir's claims are totally fake, and that multiple courts have already tossed them out. The filing even mentions that Rymir's continued harassment got him hit with a contempt order for ignoring past rulings. But here's the twist. A lot of people believe the real victim in all this ain't Jay-Z, it's Rymir. And with everything Tina Knowles just said, it only backs that up. But before we circle back to Tina, you gotta hear what almost happened to Rymir. Because this goes way beyond courtroom drama. He literally almost lost his life just for speaking Jay-Z's name. Yep. According to Rymir and his legal guardian, Dr. Lily Coley, who spoke on the Hip Hop News Uncensored podcast, Rymir was actually shot after filing his paternity suit and demanding that Jay-Z take a DNA test. That's not a threat, that's attempted murder. And Dr. Coley didn't hold back either. She said that once the lawsuit was in motion, random people started pulling up at her house like they were trying to intimidate her. She made it real clear. This fight ain't just about Jay-Z, it's about standing up to power when they think they can bully regular people into silence. And it just keeps getting darker. Former Rockefeller artist Oshino came out recently and said he's standing with Rymir. According to him, somebody planted a gun in Rymir's car, trying to get him locked up. He also claimed Jay-Z tried to pay Rymir off to walk away quietly, but Rymir wouldn't take the money, and that's when things escalated. And just when you thought it couldn't get any crazier, former Rockefeller artist Oshino confirmed the long-whispered rumor. Rymir's late mother, Wanda, was just 15 years old when she got pregnant. And Jay-Z was the alleged father. That changes everything. So now Jay-Z's legal team is out here flipping the story and trying to paint Rymir as the one doing the harassing. Be for real. All this man ever wanted was a DNA test. He didn't show up with paparazzi, didn't try to force viral fame. He took the quiet route, filed paperwork, went through the courts, and still ended up getting shot right after his case hit the headlines. And let's not forget, Jay-Z isn't just any celebrity. He's got the kind of power and money that can make problems vanish. We're talking stalling cases, silencing witnesses, and draining people financially until they give up. That's what Rymir says he's been dealing with this whole time. In fact, he didn't just blame Jay-Z. He took it all the way to court and filed a lawsuit claiming that Jay used his influence to rig the legal system. Rymir says Jay lied under oath, telling the court he didn't own any property in New Jersey so they wouldn't have jurisdiction over him. But guess what? Rymir's legal team allegedly dug up property deeds and tax records with Jay-Z's name on them, proving that wasn't true. The lawsuit even names 6 judges who Rymir says were part of the cover-up. According to the filing, those judges kept pretending Jay had no ties to the state, just so the case could get tossed. And once Rymir started speaking out, things got dangerous. The legal documents detail how Rymir and his guardian, Dr. Coley, were followed by strangers, had cars circling their home, and even had people pulling up on their lawn at 4 a.m. Rymir says he's convinced this wasn't random. He believes people tied to Jay-Z orchestrated the whole thing. So just imagine, Rymir's already dealing with lawsuits, shady court games, and people allegedly trying to end him. And now Beyonce's own mama is jumping in and sending threats too? That's wild. And let's be honest, Tina Knowles coming after Rymir isn't just out of pocket, it's straight up suspicious. What makes this even weirder is how Tina always goes out of her way to defend Jay-Z, even more than Beyonce ever has. Like, let's not forget when Jay publicly humiliated Bey with all that cheating mess. Tina was online writing sweet posts about him, calling his cheating just a mistake and acting like he was some misunderstood prince. Fans started wondering, is she more loyal to Jay than her own daughter? And now she's allegedly threatening a man just for asking for a DNA test? That's not just shady, and it's creepy. But Tina's over-the-top protection of Jay-Z isn't the only thing raising eyebrows right now. Because singer Jaguar Wright, yeah, the one who's been spilling industry tea for years, just dropped some next-level claims. And they're not for the faint of heart. Jaguar says Tina didn't just support Beyonce dating Jay-Z, she pushed her daughter toward him. According to Jaguar, once Tina saw Jay taking interest in a young Beyonce, she jumped at the opportunity and allegedly encouraged the whole relationship for industry gain. But hold up, it gets even more twisted. Jaguar even hinted that Tina may have had her own thing with Jay-Z before he ever got with Beyonce. That's right, she basically implied that something might have gone down between Tina and Jay, and then he ended up with Bey. Talk about family entanglements, and if that wasn't messy enough, let's talk about Tina's recent divorce. After splitting from actor Richard Lawson last year, fans noticed something strange. Tina reportedly made him sign an NDA after the divorce was finalized. Like, what does she not want getting out? So get this, when Tina Knowles finalized her divorce from Richard Lawson, she allegedly made him sign an NDA that specifically banned him from saying anything bad about Jay-Z. Like, why would she go that far? What exactly does she think Richard might spill about the Carter household? It definitely raises eyebrows. What did Richard see while he was part of that inner circle? But here's what really gets people talking. Tina didn't just look past the massive age gap between Jay-Z and Beyonce when they got together. She also seemed to brush off the fact that Jay was on probation for stabbing someone when he first started dating her daughter. Yeah, back in the early 2000s, Jay-Z was charged for stabbing music exec Lance Rivera, later pleaded guilty to third-degree assault, and got hit with 3 years probation. And yet Tina still had no problem calling him a good man. But Tina's drama doesn't stop there. She's been called out before for colorist comments. And it's not just online gossip. Beyonce's former voice coach, David Lee Brewer, claimed that Tina once called a darker-skinned member of Beyonce's original group, Girls' Time, too big, dark, and ugly. That group member, Ashley Tamar Davis, and fans haven't forgotten about it. So let's be honest, if Tina has that kind of history, maybe she's not the best person to be threatening Rymir or anyone else, especially not when all the man's asking for is a DNA test. But wait, it gets even messier. Just when folks thought Tina couldn't possibly stir more drama, she allegedly went after Nicki Minaj, simply for showing support for Rymir and sharing her own sketchy experience with Jay-Z. Here's what happened. 50 Cent posted a headline about Rymir's lawsuit and tried to clown him in the caption. He wrote, "Can somebody help me with this one? What does this man want? He's a 34-year-old man. There's no back child support. What does he want? But we're all thinking the same thing. That's his nose. LOL." Then Nicki Minaj reposted 50's post and said, "Oh, is this why he was trending the other day? I don't know. I hope all is well. To God be the glory." That's what folks are saying online as this situation gets wilder by the day. In case you've been out the loop, Nicki Minaj has been going off on Jay-Z for weeks now, accusing Roc Nation of being next in line for a RICO case, and fans say it's only a matter of time before the feds come knocking. But guess who just had to jump in again? Yup, Tina Knowles. Instead of laying low, Tina shared a fan-made video of her and Beyonce on her Instagram story. But it wasn't just the video that caught attention, it was the caption. She wrote, "Good morning. It feels good to wake up knowing my faves didn't lose their minds. Like some people, y'all have a great day. Remember to ignore the ignorance," as Ms. Tina would say. Girl, we all know that was aimed at Nikki. But when fans started calling her out, Tina tried to walk it back and claimed it had nothing to do with Nikki or anyone else. Yeah, sure. Now the internet is dragging Tina, again. From throwing shade at celebs who call out Jay-Z, to allegedly threatening Rymir just for wanting to know who his real dad is, fans have had enough. And what's really wild is the stuff mainstream media won't touch. Because now, people are out here saying Tina might be more than just controlling. They're calling her a witch. One person on X straight up said, "A Creole witch with nothing else on her mind but living through her daughter. Worry about all those failed marriages instead." And another user didn't hold back at all, posting, "Where were you when your son-in-law was out here dogging your daughter? Where were you when those sacrifices were made? You evil witch. Your family is sick and satanic." And if you thought that was bad, it gets creepier, because another person just came forward claiming that both Tina and Jay-Z have ties to the dark arts. Yup. People are saying this drama ain't just legal or personal anymore. It might be spiritual. Like, share, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one.